Hello to all my friends out there. Thanks for supporting our community. I have to vectorize this image, but first I need to clean it up a bit. You can see there's a few white spots here. I want to get rid of some of them to make this image look better. I'm just going to quickly go over the spot healing tool here, and we're going to click on these spots and make them disappear like magic. There's quite a few of them. I'm sure there's a lot of smaller ones and I need to zoom in, but when I'm vectorizing, it makes the image look a lot worse. If I have these here, and I'm just going to zoom in quickly here, Control plus on my keyboard, hit it maybe twice, and then just scroll around on it and just look at the parts I need to fix. You can see this is like magic. It just makes things look a lot better, and it's doing a great job. Now I might not want to get all of them, but I'm going to get as many as I think are necessary, especially these big ones here. They just make the image look really ugly. And it's starting to look better already. You can see the colors look like they blend together, and it's looking good so far. This can take up to 15 minutes depending on how bad the light is on the image. And there's quite a bit of light reflection here. Try and get as much of it as I can. And you can see it just takes a couple seconds, but you can see it's actually quite repetitive. Anyway, we're almost done here. I'm just going to grab a few more just for the fun of it and just make sure that I get as much as possible. Now you can see there's too much there, and I could probably spend a while here, but I don't really have time to do that, so I'll just do this as fast as possible. I want to make sure it's a good quality image at the end of it, and everything is looking great. And let's have a look here, and you can see the light reflection here and here. There's just way too many, but I just want to change it just a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Control Z. I didn't like the last one there. I'm going to use my bracket key to make it a little smaller and see what that does, and that looks like it does a better job. So you can always play around with the size of the brush. And there we go, looking good. Just get rid of some of these here, and the ones down here also. And it looks good. I'm happy with that. It took less than a minute, probably, maybe a minute and a half. Anyway, next thing I need to do is save this. I go over to File and Save As. Save it to my desktop, and I'm going to call it Yellow Lion 2, and we're going to save it. And then we're finished. Now let's move this image over to Illustrator and get more work done on it. Let's bring our image into Illustrator, Control V, I already copied it, and there it is, the image here. I'm going to scale this down a little bit. It's a little bit too big. Hold down Shift and constrain it and just bring it down to a smaller size. That's a little too small. Next thing I want to do with this is I want to use Image Trace. I'm going to make this into a vector image now. Just click OK here. I'll bring up that dialog box, and you'll notice this doesn't really look that good. I'm going to need some options for this. Just go over here, and it says black and white. I'm going to change it to colors. And there we go. Now it's going to start scaling it and doing all the changes to it. Just see how long it takes to do that. And it's going through its process. Now that looks good. Now let's just take a look at how many colors. It has 30 colors. I'm going to scale that back maybe down to maybe 25. Looks like there's too many. Let's see what that looks like as it goes through the process here. Nice and easy to do. After I've got the options that I want, I'm going to just click down here and expand it. And there you have the paths. I'm just going to close this here. Next thing I'm going to do is ungroup it, because it's grouped with the white background. I don't want the white background there anymore. Press delete and look at it again. Make sure everything is done great. Control G on my keyboard to group it. And now I just want to test it, see what happens when I copy it and paste it, and see how it does. And you can see how fast that was. That was very fast. Much more easier to move things around when they're vectorized. And now I can use this in a project. Now this would look good with a really good, nice, dark background. I'll just do a black background here, show you how to do that. And I'm going to put a fill of black, and then I'm going to move it to the back. Go to arrange and send to back. That looks really cool. Anyway, I'm going to save this. I'm going to want to use it in another project later. To do that, I just go to Save As, Adobe Illustrator up here, and I have it on my desktop, and I'm going to call it Vector Lion, and I always put a year. That way it's a lot more easier to find things. I could probably do a month too. Just go in front of it. And there we go. Anyway, I'll click OK and save it. Gives me all these options. It's easy to do. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for all the support in our community. I hope to see you all again soon. And remember to like and subscribe and take care of your families and come back again soon.